not good. All right, real quickly on the timing chain stuff. We had one of our viewers write in from Real World Garage. He's also got a channel on YouTube. You should check him out. He was saying that 5/8 inch of play on the timing chain is acceptable for a running engine. But he also said, why not do it while you're here? So apparently it's not just us.
No. I think if you turn one bolt on a car, you get the while you're here mentality.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll clean up with
I thought maybe it's right up with wear.
Yeah. No, that'll clean up with
that's fine.
600 grit.
There's plenty of Earl in there still. That's good.
Yep.
Dirty Earl, but Earl nonetheless.
Yes, let's drain it.
Now, yeah, I was going to say we need to get the pan over here, but we need to take the water from the car out of the pan and then put the pan under here to drain the oil, and then drain the oil into the bucket. But we need to drain the water into the other bucket. We'll let one of the crew do that, because we're the...
This sounds like some bureaucracy.
Government job.
Yeah. All right, so I've got a just basic, forgot the word for this, measuring stick. Let's go with ruler. That's the one. All right, so I've got a ruler here, and don't mind that it's on 15. That's just the side that's clean. The camera can see. So I'm going to pull the tension out of the chain with my finger. You can see this side's taut. And if you pull it out, set the ruler against it, push the chain in. I just move the ruler so it's not really accurate, but we have close to 1/2 inch, maybe an 1/8 less. It's runnable, but we're going to replace it. We're here. So that's just a way to check it. Use a ruler, see how much play you got, but we're going to replace it. So next up, we're going to drain the oil. Right, the plug is pretty clean, almost zero bearing material. It's normal to get little bits of just mush metal, as long as you don't have stringy bits that you can actually like...
Or something that'll catch in your skin.
Yeah, if you can get a splinter from it, it's bad.
That's
but
very bad, yeah.
if it's just like silly
just
putty...
dirty.
Yeah.
This stuff is...
Dirty, nasty, and extremely gassy.
It's kind of like me.
And the
wow, that's really gassy. That's not even coming off of the can.
Yeah, and the threads are kind of messed up too.
Really? That's such a shock.
Yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. Overall, so far,
it's in decent health.
It's in decent health. Yeah. I don't think he got robbed on the engine side of things with this. It could be better.
Yeah.
But it's an engine that's seen some time and seen some wear.
Yeah.
So.
This is an average small block.
For a small block. No, that's pretty gassy. But we've had it, I mean, with us having to start it up, not let it run in, shut it down, start it up, shut it down.
That's a large part of the gas.
That's a lot of, a lot
if you don't do a full drive cycle to get the oil up hot enough to actually burn the gas out of it, it's going to do exactly this.
I'm going to pull this tray that we no longer need out of here.
All right, that should be enough drain time.
Nice, that worked great.
A block of wood.
I'm letting you do this because you've come up with this crazy... Here's how I want to do this thing. So you explain it to the viewers. I'm bugging out.
So this is just the easy way that I've found to do this. Don't have a single 2x4 that's long enough to do all 16. So we got the fronts and we got the middle fronts. So we're just going to, well, I'm going to drop this here, then spin the cam over, get the lifters to pop up. All right, so that one's free, or at least reasonably priced if it'll come out. Now that my hands are clean, I can't grip anything. All right, so that goes in that hole. So that is the second back, so second hole. And this is all however you want to do it. Whatever makes sense to keep it organized for you, you do you.
You managed to get me back in here.
Hey, you walked in here, not me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have got that lifter out if I hadn't shown back up either. Hello, friend. Since I did the other one.
And they do make valve train assembly trays, which if you want to buy one, I highly recommend it. But
Block of wood looks great.
2x4s are free.
Thank you, O-Team. That's an old one from Dad and Bill. Can you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Cam looks pretty good on this too.
Yeah. Right.
You should also look at the bottom of your lifters when you're pulling them out and check for any kind of damage on the lifter, because that'll let you know you've got another problem. These are probably going to be okay because this engine runs out pretty nice. Yeah, that's been rotating. It's a little worn,
Yeah.
but it's been rotating okay. And that's another reason to make these kind of blocks so that you can put all the lifters right back where they belong, because
They are wear matched to the lobe.
and so if you lose one, you have to replace the cam.
Yep. Cam,
all the
lifters, everything.
Clean it up.
See, that one's
That
that
one's
one's
got better
perfect.
wear.
Yeah.
Get it? That was, ooh,
Ooh, yeah.
that was really pretty bad.
Yeah. While we're here.
Why do I make this thing tight with these as well? Because you could possibly knock this thing over, and if these are tight inside of the 2x4, they're less likely to come out.
Yep.
All right, so
That's all the fronts.
basically we just did this with an arbor bit,
Yeah.
a wood bit, and that's all you do. And you can do it the way he did it, or you can do it your own way.
You want to do it high tech, low tech. I mean, you can set these on a piece of plywood and just draw a box around them for what cylinder they go to.
Yep.
Whatever is the easiest for you to keep them organized. That one's good.
Which two were? That's wonderful.
That one.
We need to look at the cam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we will.
You might as well wait and pull it out.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
look at it.
Get out of your hole. That's good. That goes in you.
I understand why you did what you did, man.
Yeah. See?
I agree with it, but I don't understand it.
I don't like to number things. I like to just put them in the order.
I was told they were
Yeah, yeah, yep, exactly. The least complicated you can do something, the better it is.
Hello. Both of those.
Yeah.
Only two of them looking kind of suspecto so far. I don't think I bored that one quite deep enough. It's not bored enough. That was pretty bad too.
Yeah, not
Not bad. When I say bad, when you see these and I'm saying bad,
in comparison,
in
to the
comparison
good
to
ones.
the other ones, it's not good. But when you start talking about replacing cams, then you start looking at, well, why don't I go ahead and put an aftermarket
Yeah, go to a
go
roller.
to a roller, or even just go to a hot mechanical cam. And the problem you run into in going in those directions is you start doing things that are problematic.
And makes drivability suffer.
Well, it's not even just that, because you're not doing all the big things otherwise. You're putting a big cam in there maybe, but you're not going in and you're not putting brand new pistons in it. You're not putting, redoing the whole bottom end completely.
That one's on the verge of being pity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shucks.
I ain't doing that. Now we're going to make that decision. See, this is what happens. This is that moment
Yeah.
where I sit here and I go, if we'd have just let it go.
How expensive do I want to get today?
If we had just let it go.
All right, so there's all of your lifters. Why don't you try and make sure all those are seated. All right, and next up, pull the cam out. Yes, hold that down. All right, that looks good. Let's see. All right, so I'm just walking this gear off the cam. The cam gear is not a press fit. It should slide off. Yeah, that bottom gear's gonna need to come off probably. Oh, no, there we go. All right. Sprocket doesn't look half bad. It's got a little bit of wear in the teeth, but yeah.
That's typical though,
Yeah.
I mean, with that kind of wear on the chain.
Here, put this somewhere. Yes, on the stool. The tool stool.
Tool. The O'Toole stool.
As long as it's not a tool of...
Oh, faith of a God.
As long as it's not a tool of stool.
Well, sometimes they are tool stools. Stool tools. Whatever. Probably want to thread that back in the hole.
Hmm?
You pull that cam out of there.
Yeah.
Trash can. Can't leverage on that, man. With your fingers.
When you are moving these, be very, very gentle.
You can nick a bearing in a heartbeat, so be advised.
And also, you can cut your hands in a heartbeat. The edges of these lobes are very sharp. Make sure that you do not rotate your hand like this on these lobes. Yeah. Yep. That one too.
Those are the ones that had the bad lifters in them too.
Yeah. Why don't you go grab a can?
Yeah, let me get a towel.
That ain't can of break things. All right, so we got the cam out and mostly cleaned off with some brake clean. She done. You could probably put this back in and run it, but I would suspect within 10,000 miles, you're probably going to eat a lifter or 5. It's just done. So if you look at these lobes here, you can see this shiny part, like right on this one is a good example. Shiny is how it should look. This stuff, you can feel with your fingernail a difference in the texture, but like it's not, you can't catch your fingernail on anything. So in theory, it's kind of okay. But if you look at other ones, like you can see this one where a lifter looks like it might have stuck and it wasn't spinning. And there's another lobe. Yeah, this one right here is a really good show for that as well. And just generally, it looks like this cam might have sat and got rusted and then started running again. And there's a couple spots on these lobes at the tops of them, the peaks where there's the most pressure on the lobe, where it's kind of deformed the edge and pushed metal out. Yeah, not a huge fan of this. We are probably going to put a cam in it. Much to Jeff's demise. Yeah, there's no real salvaging that, at least not long term for reliability. The cam bearings, they are decent. They're still in the aluminum, but this front one here, it's got a burr on the edge of it where it's worn. And when we took the cam out, you can see it's got like a feather edge, like you're sharpening a knife. That's just from wearing down a few thousandths into it. They're runnable again, but new cam, like new bearings, you can cheap out and reuse old cam bearings, but I really don't recommend it. So we're probably going to get cam bearings for this because I already have the tool to knock them in and out. So we might as well while we're here.
So anyway, that's where we're at, folks. I mean, I hope you're enjoying what we're doing here. We're kind of running through this on a long format, breaking it down into bite-sized chunks, so to speak. Hope we gave you some good information today. Speaking of good things, why don't you guys go check out the Patreon account with a $10 a month level. You get monthly meetings with me on Zoom, in person, in the flesh. Sort of, because I'm on Zoom. But if we've done anything to help you out over the years and put money in your pocket by helping you to go out and work on your own car with the confidence you need to do it, it saves you money that way. Maybe you ought to put a little bit of money in there a month. You don't have to do the $10 a month level. You can go lower than that. That's just the one I always talk about because that's where you get the most bang for your buck. Okay? And when you're doing that, you're not helping me out. You're actually helping the crew out. Maybe Andrew. He's going to work at Bridgestone now. I don't know.
He's gonna be so tired.
Yeah, so tired. Darren has actually started taking over some of the editing duties around here, so Darren's kind of stepped in where Andrew has been at too. So they'll be switching out. Let me know if you can tell the difference in the editing so we can see who we need to fire and who we need to keep.
Gonna reprimand them.
Kind of. Also, do me a favor and check out Super Thanks. It's another way for you to go in and actually throw some money our way to help the guys out. If we've done one thing for you that you like, so you know you're worth $5, $1, 15 cents, whatever.
I'd buy that for $1.
Buy that for $1. If we've done something for you, go ahead and put something in the Super Thanks. It's either down over here or maybe over here.
One of the buttons down there.
One of those little buttons down there that says Super Thanks. Folks, do me a favor. Be kind to each other. Love on each other. Treat each other nice. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next time on Autorestomod.
Where we might have a engine back together.
I need to go do something. I got something.